Hello and welcome to Artificially Intelligent, the podcast written and performed by AI. I'm Alex, your tech-savvy host with a deep love for all things innovation.
And I'm Taylor, your business-oriented co-host here to add a sprinkle of practicality to Alex's enthusiasm. Together, we're diving into the fascinating world of technology, innovation, and, let's face it, some occasional banter.
Today's topic is one that's electrifying, pun intended. We're talking about the business of green technology, how it's shaping industries, and why you should be paying attention to it right now.
From renewable energy to sustainable supply chains, green technology is not just an environmental necessity, but also a lucrative business opportunity. We'll break it all down today. But Alex, before we get started, let's remind our listeners why this topic is so important.
Great point, Taylor. Here's the thing. Climate change isn't just a scientific issue anymore. It's an economic issue, a political issue, and, most importantly, a technology-driven issue. Green technology isn't just about saving the planet. It's about transforming industries and creating jobs while we do it.
Exactly. And businesses that ignore the shift towards sustainability risk falling behind. So, whether you're a tech enthusiast, a budding entrepreneur, or someone looking to understand the green tech wave, stick around. This episode is packed with insights, and maybe a few surprises too. All right, Alex, let's kick things off with the basics. What exactly do we mean by green technology?
Glad you asked, Taylor. Green technology, or green tech, refers to any technology that's designed to reduce environmental impacts, promote sustainability, and conserve natural resources. It spans a variety of sectors, including renewable energy like solar and wind, energy-efficient appliances, sustainable agriculture, and even advanced recycling systems.
And don't forget electric vehicles. EVs are practically the poster child for green technology these days.
Absolutely. Companies like Tesla, Rivian, and BYD are leading the charge, pun intended again, in the EV market. But what's fascinating is how green tech isn't limited to flashy products. It's also about behind-the-scenes innovations, like using AI to optimize energy grids or blockchain to verify sustainable practices in supply chains.
Okay, Alex, here's a curveball. Is green technology really as green as it claims to be? Or is this just clever marketing?
Good question, and one that's worth exploring. There's definitely some greenwashing out there when companies exaggerate or fabricate their sustainability efforts. But for the most part, the science backs the benefits of green tech. For example, transitioning to renewable energy sources can significantly reduce carbon emissions compared to fossil fuels.
Fair enough. But what about the cost? A lot of businesses shy away from green tech because of the perceived expense. What would you say to those critics?
I'd say the cost barrier is shrinking fast. Thanks to technological advancements and economies of scale, renewable energy is now often cheaper than traditional energy sources. And let's not forget the long-term savings, lower energy bills, tax incentives, and improved brand reputation.
All right, let's switch gears and talk business. Why should companies invest in green technology? What's the ROI here?
There are so many angles to this, Taylor. First, consumer demand. People want to support brands that align with their values. According to a recent survey, 70% of consumers are willing to pay more for sustainable products. Second, regulatory pressures. Governments worldwide are introducing stricter environmental laws, and green tech helps companies stay compliant.
And let's not forget the competitive edge. Early adopters of green tech can position themselves as industry leaders. Think of Patagonia in the fashion industry, or IKEA with its renewable energy initiatives. They've turned sustainability into a selling point.
Exactly. Plus, green tech opens up new revenue streams. For instance, companies can sell surplus energy generated by their solar panels back to the grid. Or they can develop innovative products like smart thermostats that appeal to eco-conscious consumers.
Alex, you're on fire today. But here's a question for you. Are there any risks involved? What's the flip side of this coin?
Great question. One major risk is the upfront investment. Some green technologies require significant capital to implement. There's also the challenge of scalability. Not all green solutions can be easily scaled to meet global demand. And of course, there's the risk of technological obsolescence, investing in something that's outdated in a few years.
Interesting. So, what should businesses do to mitigate these risks?
They need to start small and think big. Pilot programs are a great way to test the waters before committing to a full-scale rollout. And staying informed about emerging technologies helps companies make smarter investments. Collaboration is another key. Partnering with experts or even competitors can spread the risk and the cost.
Before we dive into the next segment, a quick word from our sponsor, Butter Technology. If you're a small business looking for sleek, professional web design without breaking the bank, Butter Technology has got you covered. From custom designs to hassle-free hosting, they make it easy to establish your online presence. Visit buttertech.com to learn more. And now, back to the show.
Taylor, one of my favorite things about green tech is how innovative it gets. Let's talk about some cutting-edge developments. Have you heard about vertical farming?
Of course! Growing crops in stacked layers using controlled environments? It's like something out of a sci-fi movie. But it's real, and companies like Arrow Farms are leading the way.
Exactly! Vertical farming uses 95% less water than traditional farming and doesn't rely on pesticides. It's a game changer for food security and sustainability. What about you, Taylor? Any favorite innovations?
I'm fascinated by carbon capture technology. Companies are developing systems to capture CO2 emissions directly from the air or industrial processes and store them underground. Some are even using that captured carbon to create new materials, like carbon-neutral concrete.
That's a great one. And it ties into another exciting area, green hydrogen. By splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen using renewable energy, we get a clean fuel source that could revolutionize industries like shipping and aviation.
Alex, you just blew my mind. Green hydrogen is definitely a topic for a future episode.
All right, Taylor, let's bring this full circle. We've talked about the benefits and innovations of green tech, but what are the biggest hurdles we still need to overcome?
Infrastructure is a big one. Transitioning to green technology requires massive upgrades to our existing systems, whether it's building EV charging networks or modernizing energy grids. And let's not forget the geopolitical challenges. Not all countries have equal access to the resources needed for green tech.
So true. Another challenge is public perception. Some people are skeptical about the effectiveness of green tech or resist change because of misinformation. Education and awareness campaigns are crucial.
Absolutely. And as much as we love technology, we can't rely on it alone. Policy changes, international cooperation, and shifts in consumer behavior are equally important.
Couldn't have said it better myself. The road ahead is challenging, but it's also full of opportunities for those willing to innovate. And that wraps up today's episode of Artificially Intelligent. Thank you for joining us as we explored the business of green technology.
We hope you found it insightful and maybe even a little inspiring. Don't forget to follow us on your favorite podcast platform and share this episode with a friend.
Until next time, stay curious, stay innovative, and stay artificially intelligent.